and there's no wind right here. I got a windbreak. I'm not sure how much I'm on. I'm talking right now. I saw some of my friends today, and I'm walking down by a couple of friends' little areas where they camp. And sure enough, there's no wind at this spot. But look how windy it is out there. So this is Ray. Ray, you want to say hi again?
What are you doing out there?
Yes, you've seen Ray
Whoever
before.
you are.
I'm gonna walk down and see if Bill and JJ, they got a little camp right around the corner here. So I figured, you know what, I'll try and pause this that we can see Ray. I wanted to tell maybe a little story about this little staff, and it was in my mind, so I took it out today because I figured one of my other friends, I won't give you the name, but if we did a little talk, he probably would have said it himself. I've been fellowshipping with him for a couple of weeks now. Yesterday he was supposed to get some work, or the day before, and then the guy showed up and said, we're not going to do it today. And he was starting to feel depressed. We were sitting up at Timmons, and he said, John, I'm just going to go sit and sulk, basically. And as we were sitting there, some guy pulled up, and he said, where's everybody at? And there was a few people still there. And he said, I need one guy to go do a job for me. Is anybody willing to work? And he jumped up. He got so happy. And he even told me, he said, you see how God answered that prayer? He knew I wanted to work today. But today, when I seen him, I won't give you the name, but he basically was feeling bad because he kind of told me he kind of slipped up. And he said, man, John, I was up all night, and I could see the fear in his face because I'm sober now for like 5 years and a half. But one of the things when the guys, either they just get out of prison and if they're clean for a while, if they slip up, and I'm not talking about, if they either use, meth or heroin or something, there's a fear because I guess in a way it's a right fear to have, but there's that fear like, I'm going to go back down that rabbit hole. And I saw it in his face. And he didn't even have to tell me, but as soon as I seen him, he wanted to tell me. Yeah. He said, I want you to know, John. And so I wanted to talk a little bit to him today. Sure enough, he got another job. He's working with another friend of mine, Motorcycle Mike. And on the way over here, I saw Shrek and Tammy. Shrek and Katie at a bus stop. I said hi, and Shrek, he does it. Who'd you give the dollar to today? It's funny because he brings that up. I said, New York got it. So I wanted to just start this, and I'm going to walk down that way and see if Bill and JJ are at the camp. Now I'm going to try and pause it. If it doesn't work right, this will just be a little talk I did, but hopefully I can restart it. Ray, do you want to tell any story? What about you know what I'm going to talk about? The reason I brought this little staff. I'm going to talk about how sometimes God gives things to us. I told the story about this ring and how I got it. I think I shared it with Ray, but I'll do it real quick. A few years ago, I got a spinner ring. This is a spinner ring from a friend of mine, Huey, who died. Many of you know who Huey is, lived here for many years. But when I lost the ring, got rid of the ring, I was praying one day and I said, in my yard, not too far from here, I said, Lord, I need to get another spinner ring. And something about God on it, something about Christian on it. I kid you not, maybe a week or two later, I was walking in one of my spots on the island where there's concrete. It's like a concrete boardwalk. As soon as I got out of the car, I saw something on the ground. And look, there were people walking around. This ring was sitting there. It says, he died for me, I live for him. And so the way it came to me, that way, I asked for it and I didn't want to buy it. I said, now that's how you know. The same thing happened with this. Ray, you want to tell, you got the ring you found? He found one maybe a week ago, he's showing me. And it's the same, a little different.
It's a coral
and it's gold. Yeah. So the Lord blesses us sometimes, and if we're looking, if we're seeking, we find, and we look down. Ray tells me he looks down sometimes when he's walking, we find things. So I'm going to pause it right now. Ray's got an interesting story. I'm glad there was a little calm spot here. I know, I know you can. But I'm going to head down. All right, let me pause it, and thank you, Ray, for the little